Roosevelt versus Buchanan. Both teams enter at 3-1. Just about ready for kickoff.
Roosevelt will be in the green, black, and white trunks. And we got Buchanan in the white trunks, blue shirts.
First half is underway.
Oh, we got a good take, but lost the ball on the ground. Roosevelt does have the ball, though. One thing Roosevelt does well is they do ruck really well. They are a rucking machine. I watched the game last week against Bullard or against Clovis High, and that was one thing they did well.
Roosevelt does have some good size. They've got some forwards that are some pretty big boys out there. It looks like they're ready to run hard tonight. Pass to the number 10, missed pass to the 12.
We had an advantage.
A penalty, looks like offsides from Buchanan. Roosevelt's going to get the ball, and they're going to choose tap and go quick to the big man, number 3, rumbling right up the middle. Pass out to the forwards again. Another short pass. A little bit gained. Roosevelt still keeping it in the forwards. Nice hard running, but they're not gaining a whole lot of ground. It's turnover ball. Buchanan's got the ball. Offload, but mishandled. Still have possession, and now we got a whistle blown.
Looks like we have a scrum coming back here. Yep, scrum.
We scrum down Roosevelt's ball. Not sure what the call was. Probably a knock on.
Look at it. Could have been shepherding, I think. I'm not exactly sure.
Shepherding, that's when one player is in front of another and preventing them from getting to the ball carrier.
So we have the two captains tonight. Fabian from Roosevelt is the captain. He plays your number 7 on the field, and we got the Cody. The captain for Buchanan is Cody Wilkerson. And
Fabian from Roosevelt's actually wearing number 6 tonight. He's playing the close side flanker, but he's wearing number 6. But he is the captain.
Roosevelt just got stood up in the tackle. We got a new fly half for Roosevelt tonight. Damian and Cisco.
Well said.
Thank you. Is playing. He's usually there. I believe they're 12.
So Roosevelt's doing a good job of holding on to the ball. They've had it most of the first few minutes of this game.
They are running straight up. They do like to hit. That's one thing. That's for sure. But Buchanan definitely tackling really well. They're doing the one-man, one tackle. That's what you want to see. Ooh, a little take there.
Bobbled ball almost right into the hands of Buchanan center. But they're going to call a knock on. So we're back to another scrum. Back to another scrum. It's Roosevelt's put in.
Roosevelt does have a big pack, but also the Buchanan's pack looks pretty big also. They have 2 locks that look like they're over 6 feet. It's always good when you have 2 tall locks like that. Get a lot of push in that engine room from the scrum. That's where your power comes from, is from the locks. And it's always good to have those guys in the lineouts too, because those are the big boys you lift, and they're nice and tall. They get way up there in the air.
Easy to throw to a tall person. Yeah, there are 2 big packs out there. It's 2 big packs, physical runners. So here we go. Number 9, Johnny Rico from Roosevelt's going to put the ball in. Tapped on the shoulder. Kick back. It's back. 8-man pick. Right off the side. Finn's number 7. He's still running. Good hard running by number 8. Nice set. Quick ball over here to the short side.
That is a high tackle.
Tackled by his jersey. Probably a little bit of a high tackle.
Kind of neat, the 8-9 combo for Roosevelt, their brothers.
The Rico brothers.
And their older brother actually plays for the men's club.
So we're still playing advantage for Roosevelt. It was an earlier penalty by Buchanan, and as long as Roosevelt maintains possession, they can play as long as the advantage is not gained.
Buchanan tackling really well. They are, it looks like a very disciplined team here. Not bunching up and on the tackles. And they have the ball right now, looks like. Or no, we have a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but Mr. Jury is having a talking to. And it looks like they're number 5. Or no, not their 5, but they're not exactly sure what number that guy is.
It's one of the front rows. I can't see the number from here, but yeah, the captain, number 5, Cody, is over there with the referee. When the referee's talking, everything goes through the front row, or everything goes through the captain. It's actually number 10, number fly half. He's not a front row.
Oh, it's a big boy. Big number 10.
Big number 10.
Kind of neat seeing Buchanan out there playing. That is my alma mater. They did not have rugby when I went there, though, which I wish they did.
Yeah, you could have actually become a decent player if you started playing when you were.
Yeah, well, I probably could have been on the field. I was always hurt. You know, yourself, you came from, I think it was Dos Palace.
Correct, I did. They also did not have rugby in Dos Palace.
No, they did have the James brothers, though.
Yes, that was football, though.
Yeah, well, you never heard about the Clark brothers, but you did hear about the James brothers. Why was that, Andrew?
So we've got a scrum here to Roosevelt. Another scrum.
Let's get back to rugby here. We're talking about Dos Palace. The Palace of Dos. All right, scrum coming in. We get, that'll be Buchanan's ball, blue ball. Put in, coming up here. And
number 9, Connor O'Keefe, getting ready to put the ball in. Short arm penalty for Roosevelt. He did not like what Buchanan was doing.
Quick tap and go. That'll be Roosevelt's fashion right there. They love to run the ball, that's for sure. Not too fancy, but they do run it straight up and down.
Once again, big hard running. Boom, big collision. Good tackling there, Buchanan, but Roosevelt continues to gain 1 meter at a time, little by little, moving forward.
You know, when you're playing a team like this, it is very tiring. A lot of tackles. Oh my gosh, shoot, the way it keeps going like this, they're going to see probably 10, 15 tackles a player.
So Roosevelt maintains possession, just nice hard runs right off the sides of the ruck. Short passes right up to the number 1 of the prop.
Giving it to the big boys. Shrugging off a couple players, still retaining ball.
Doing a great job maintaining ball once again, right up that A gap.
You know, but Buchanan is staying there, and they are playing a heck of a defensive line here.
Good, tough defense. First pass out wide to the number 10. He keeps it himself, gains a few meters, but still not in the try zone.
Bringing back to the number 2. They would be, they call him Fuji.
Back to number 1.
Buchanan.
Impressive
yeah.
Goal line stand from Buchanan. Great tackling. Good, tough defense.
Tackle them on their back foot. They are placing them on their back foot. We got a little break right here, and could be, nope, still short. Still short.
A little bit short, but they are right there. Just a few meters to go.
Great defensive stand. This is very impressive.
Out to the number 10, into the 12, and we're short still. Tackled.
Mr. Jury is in there, in the mix right now.
Back see there. What's going on. Now we've got a try. So Roosevelt, first team on the board. Score 5-0. Not quite sure who scored that, but right up the middle, right under the post. Should be a relatively simple kick conversion.
Let's see here, and that was Marcos Avalos. He made the kick. It was good. Also a soccer player. And, that was a nice little strike.
Marcos is actually attending school at Sunnyside High School, but Sunnyside does not have a rugby team currently.
Yes, they do, actually. They don't have a varsity.
Correct. They don't have a
JV.
varsity rugby team. They're in the works of trying to get their own varsity team. They do have JV, and a number of Sunnyside players are playing for Roosevelt, as it's the closest school to them.
9 players playing for them. And they also have a handful of Sanger, Fowler, and a couple other players, or a couple other high schools. But the bulk of them are from Roosevelt. It looks like Buchanan, though. Every kid is from Buchanan.
Yes. So we got another restart. Buchanan kicks off to Roosevelt. Roosevelt takes it nicely, and once again, they're just keeping it tight and gaining a few meters at a time. Back to the forwards. Nice tight runs right off the sides of the rucks and the mauls.
I think Buchanan will be chomping at the bit to get this to get the ball. But they haven't seen it too much.
They've been playing defense for this whole first half for the most part.
They'll want to see that ball. I'm sure once they get the ball, they're not going to want to give it up, too, so they might go to the same style here and just run it up and down. We got 2 big boys hitting right there.
Yeah, the positive, Buchanan's doing a great job tackling. The negative is they will be worn out tackling that much.
Well,
Roosevelt's doing a great job maintaining possession, setting good rucks, keeping Buchanan out of it. We got a penalty.
Definitely have some athletes over there on Buchanan's side.
Number 14, Edward Lopez, was offsides for Buchanan. Looks like they're going to tap and go. They're not going to kick for field possession.
I have seen quite a few games, and I don't think I've ever seen the Roosevelt kick for possession. They love to run the ball. Oh, lost ball by Roosevelt. Here's Buchanan's chance to have the ball here, and
looks like they're still playing
nice
advantage.
Nice little cut through there, through the defense.
Advantage is over, I believe, and we've got Buchanan pounding forward, but it looks like they may have, nope, they still have it and gained another meter or 2.
Slowing down that ball there, but it looks like it's...
yeah, the rucks on the Buchanan side are not quite as clean as they have been on the Roosevelt side. Roosevelt's doing a heck of a job fighting in there and disturbing those rucks.
Yeah, those counter-rucking they do, it's pretty well. They do it pretty well. They must have some good forward coaches over there that teach the fundamentals of rucking. Herb
Breen, a master in everything forward related, nothing back related.
If you hear a guy, I mean, you could hear him from even from the headphones, but this little guy over here has quite the voice for drives. He is been in rugby for many years. Also known as the Irish Leprechaun.
Another little known fact is that he's an Under Armour model.
Yes. Yeah, he wears a lot of compression shirts, which I haven't had the heart to tell him that they're not made to wear as outer layers, but made for other things. But one day, maybe I'll talk to his wife.
There you go.
And talk to Barb.
So Roosevelt's doing a good job. Has the ball again. Nice tackle by Buchanan. Oh, poor low pass, and just wasn't able to bring it in. The number 10 was not able to bring it in.
And Buchanan's got a couple of good old boys, too. You got Roger Skinner as one of the coaches and Gavin Tabalata.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, Gavin is a Hawaiian native.
Which island?
Of Oahu, from Kailua.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, he was in the band.
The band?
The band. He went from band to rugby.
That's
a go figure.
Strange transition.
Mm-hmm. Roger Skinner has played for, probably many years for the Fresno Men's Club, also known as Feathered and Lethal. Many people would say it's a hairpiece, but in fact it's actually his own hair.
Wow, you are full of information tonight, Mr. Price.
Yeah, thank you. They do call me the human encyclopedia Britannica. Mr. Britannica, for sure.
Okay, Mr. B. Lee Garrow is also a coach for Buchanan, scrum specialist.
I do see there's another former Fresno Rugby Club member over there, Todd Golseth. Can you tell me a little bit about Todd?
Never heard of him.
Okay. All right. Well, on to the game.
Ball in and out. Once you pass that, the scrum half tries to put that ball in, needs to be fed straight down the tunnel, and that one was kicked straight out.
Still a 7-0 game, real close game. I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring adventure tonight. I think it's going to be, I'm going to go for 21-15.
It's a good prediction.
Yeah, that's my prediction. I'm not going to say who's going to win, but that's just the score.
I see. So we're going to try it again. Buchanan, number 9, scrum half. Got the red scrum cap on, puts it in, comes out the back, offloads the number 22 out on the wing, and he's almost taken out, but he stays in.
Could have been a forward pass there. But Buchanan smartly got the ball out. Recycling ball. The 9 takes it. Looks like got some laying on the pile there. They are recycling the ball well, Buchanan is, and they are out-rucking the rucking team right now.
Yeah, but I think Roosevelt's doing a good job disturbing that ruck. They're not getting that ball back as fast as they would probably like to. It's somewhat of a slower ball out of the back of the ruck, but I think it's a little cleaner than it was early in the game.
A lot of hammer balls. Hammer would be just from a pick and go, just from a player picking it off the back of the ruck and trying to get him as many yards as he can.
That's where you're not utilizing the scrum half to pass it out to anybody. It's just one of the forwards, or it could be a back, but usually a forward picks it up and just runs right off the ruck.
Forwards, we can be pretty greedy at times. We don't want the forward. You see those backs start dropping the ball, and you just want to get in and just run. Don't even let the backs have it. That's what I was known for, the ball hog.
Greedy ball hog.
Greedy ball hog. Also, Mr. Britannica and greedy ball hog. And looks like we have a nice break.
Nice break right through the middle. The number 12, we've got Dylan Navarro,
who is also a linebacker for the football team there at Buchanan High School.
And Dylan is one of 4 players for Buchanan that's going to be trying out for the All-Stars this next weekend.
Well, good luck to them.
Irish, also known as Roosevelt.
So currently we got a score 7-5 in favor of Roosevelt, but the conversion's coming, scored right under the post, so therefore he gets to kick it directly in front of the post. When you score in rugby, wherever you cross the try line and touch it down, you get to essentially draw a line straight to the as far back as you want, but you have to kick on the same plane that you scored from. So in this case, he scored right in the middle, so he gets to kick from right in the middle, and that conversion's good.
Got a 7-7 ball game.
Tying up the score.
I do see another coach over there is Josh Santos. Joshua Santos plays a active player of the men's rugby club in Fresno. So we got a kickoff coming from Roosevelt. Nice little grubber there. And she goes out of bounds, so that'll be a line out around the 10-meter mark. Wasn't a bad little kick there.
Not bad at all.
All right, the lineout's coming out. One thing with Roosevelt I've seen, they are not too creative with the lineouts. That might just be poor coaching. Oh, great.
So it looks like Buchanan's got the ball now, right up to the scrum half, right in the middle. Going in, he gets a set. Back to the big man.
Nice
20.
tackle. Got another ruck here, nice pile up. They do, though. They do disturb that ball in the ruck. And Buchanan has to contribute quite a few players to it. But
now we got it out to the backs and quick little offload, and now it's 1-on-2, but he's still gaining ground. Nice little hard running by the number 13 for Buchanan. Nice hard running. Here comes Roosevelt coming back with a hard counter ruck. Roosevelt is doing a great job disturbing that ruck. And now Buchanan's using their athletic ability, running out wide.
Another run by Dylan Navarro, scoring not underneath the point. Had a chance to put it underneath the post and did not. Decided to touch it down on the side. Wanted to, I guess, work on wanted his kicker to work on some kicks. So we have a ball game now. This is a good little game here.
So we've got a second score by number 12, Dylan.
Let's see, we get...
got quite a bit of pace on him.
Yeah.
Almost reminded me of you in your younger days, Mr. Price.
No, it didn't. No. I had the opposite of pace.
True. Connor O'Keefe, number 9, now kicking for conversion.
Oh.
And it's good.
Good. All right.
So we got a score of 14 for Buchanan, score of 7 for Roosevelt. So we're just over 20 minutes into this game, first half. Roosevelt kicking off to Buchanan.
Roosevelt's back seeing it short up. The tackling out there. There's a lot of gaps out there. They need to key onto that number 12, Dylan Navarro, hard runner. Get up in the face and cut some space. Buchanan with space, they are using it well when they get it. They give an inch. They get an inch and they'll take it, that's for sure. Big run by number 5. Cody Wilkerson, the captain. Spinning it out to their number 10.
Out to the 13.
Back to 13, Isaac Eckhart.
Quick offload to the number 7. Changing direction, he's carrying that ball like a loaf of bread, but he gets down to ground, set to the number 9, to the 10. Out back to our try scorer, number 12, out to the fullback, 15, down the sidelines, and he's into touch.
Taken out of bounds. Good tackle by Roosevelt.
So when the ball goes into touch, it is the other team's ball. The team that did not take it into touch, the opposing team gets the ball. So you do not want to run out of bounds at all if you can keep it.
Oh, we got a, what was that, penalty? A high tackle? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Buchanan's got the ball now, driving into the red zone of Roosevelt. We've got another penalty advantage. Looks like that would be an offside by Roosevelt. They are deciding to spin it out.
Nice little dummy pass by the number 10, right under the post. We've got a score from Jonathan Castle. Good pass from the scrum half to the fly half, and he fakes it to go out wide and keeps it himself. Exposes a little hole and runs right through a couple defenders of Roosevelt.
Buchanan, when they get that ball, they are making a point to score, that's for sure.
They got tired of those first 10 minutes of tackling. They said, we're going to take this ball and just go put it under the post.
I have said not for sure, that's for sure, about 20 times too many. I'm going to work on that right now. Not going to get hired by NBC doing any of that. Oh, we got new shirts.
Kick is up and good. Quick score of 21-7. So if your scoring prediction was correct,
well,
Buchanan would not be able to score anymore.
Yeah.
And Roosevelt would have to get another 8 points.
8 points.
So
well, it's possible.
A try and a penalty kick.
Well, I don't think Roosevelt, that's in their repertoire, is penalty kicks.
Good word, repertoire.
Yeah. That was one of my chosen words before the broadcast tonight. My wife owes me $5. And the kick. Oh, nice and high kick.
Kick has to go 10 meters, which it did. It's a live ball, playable from both teams once it goes 10 meters.
Roosevelt is committing one too many guys to the ruck right now. Buchanan's definitely, that ruck is getting a lot cleaner. And Roosevelt is too busy putting their hands in there and need to get out there and make some tackles because Buchanan is eating them alive right now.
Number 12 with a good hard run. Roosevelt's having a little bit of difficulty putting these guys to deck right away. They're letting them gain a lot of extra meters. And Buchanan's using that and offloaded to their teammates. Placed back nicely. Pass out to the number 10, a little bit of number 8, a little bit of a high ball. A few high passes in a row, but Buchanan's still taking advantage of it. And
fantastic tackle.
Just caught up by a shoelace. Saved the try for Roosevelt.
I believe it was Cheeto, as they call him. Once again, great tackle, open field tackle. You don't see too many of those, especially in high school for rugby, with a tackle in that big of a space with that kind of a runner.
So it looks like we got a stolen ball, fair ball for Roosevelt, and they're now taking advantage of it and moving forward with it.
Yeah, that's one thing in Roosevelt now. They're going to play typical Roosevelt rugby here and probably won't see the ball. It looks like hands in the ruck. Jeff Jury did not see it that way.
Buchanan has the ball now, stolen back. And
it looks like they stole it. Roosevelt has the ball now, and
the referee's allowing quite a bit of play over that ball in the ruck. And Roosevelt's doing a good job once again of counter-rucking and making that ruck in there quite a mess.
A lot of
now we got a penalty.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in those rucks. A lot of fun that can happen in those things. A lot of good old cheating.
Yeah, and if you don't get it under control right away, then it's only going to escalate.
Ooh, and not so hot of a pass there. Still, Buchanan gets it. Looks like they are out of bounds. Roosevelt ball.
Into touch.
Oh, but we got a penalty. We're on advantage there. Roosevelt needs to spread out the field. Looks like they have a lot of guys out wide. But they came up and got in the face and made some tackles. Looks like they're about to right on the goal line here. Just get ahead quickly.
There's another score.
My prediction is out the proverbial window.
There you go. Out the window.
Out the old window. We got 26-7.
So that's the second time that Buchanan's had an advantage. They've ran their guy into touch, but they get the ball back because they were playing advantage. So whether they knew it or not, they were doing a smart thing by taking advantage of the advantage. Very well said.
Very well said there, Mr. Clark. Well, back when you played ping pong, did you see a lot of things where, when diversity hit you? What did you do? Okay. Andrew Clark does not like to talk about his ping pong days. It was a good part of his life. But we'll get back to rugby. Okay, and that conversion was good.
Score is now 28-7. Favor of Buchanan.
Roosevelt's gonna have to keep that ball in hand, or the score's gonna get out of hand quick.
Yeah, what they were doing in the first few minutes of the half is what they need to go back to, I think, but they need to protect that ball.
To tell two stories. First 5 minutes was quite a different game, and now it's wide open. When 7-0 happened, I thought Roosevelt could have had this game pretty in hand, and now they're just shredding the defense.
Buchanan is without a doubt taking advantage of some medium-sized holes, not even massive holes, but they're really exposing the defensive gaps.
And there was a missed knock-on.
not called by the ref, but if it's not called, it's not called, and you keep playing.
All right.
Ball's out.
Buchanan's still recycling the ball very well. Ball is out. And a wild pass to the back with a no-looker.
The no-lookers rarely work in this sport.
They do. That look good, though.
Usually they don't, actually.
No. I hope they see a couple more in this game. And we got the final, another penalty.
Back to a penalty. Buchanan's penalty. See what they're going to do. If they're going to tap and go quick or kick for territory.
What's your prediction?
I'm going to predict they're tapping for, or
And
they're going to kick.
They're going to tap. They're going to tap it farther than they can kick it
Yes.
out of bounds.
That's what they're going to do. So now it's going to be a line out for Buchanan. Well within their own attacking 5-meter zone.
All right, let's see what Buchanan can do, and hopefully Roosevelt will show up here on defense here.
Inside that 5-meter, it's very difficult defense.
And the ball is up. Nice take by Buchanan. Mishandle. And they are cutting through.
Roosevelt just not putting guys on the ground. And we got another try.
Like a butter. Like a nice butter. Knife butter. Knife through butter.
Knife through butter.
Mm-hmm.
Or knife butter.
Better known as knife butter. 33-7. And the box score. Who scored that one there?
You know, I didn't pick up on that. It was a melee in the middle of the field.
Well, Andrew, if you'd pay attention, that was Jonathan Castle scored the game, or scored the ball, the try.
Co-captain for Buchanan. He's the backs captain, actually.
You don't see that too often with two captains on a field as a co-captain.
Correct. Usually it's just one. Generally speaking, they're in the forwards. Just because the referees don't like to have to walk all the way out to the back line to talk to somebody. They like someone close who is usually slow and moving at their same pace.
No, folks, it's because the referee's usually around the scrum, and the forwards are in the scrum, so they will typically have a captain in the scrum. Now, Andrew Clark, were you ever a captain?
Yes, I was.
Nice.
Yes.
As a back?
Yes.
On any good runs of teams?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Actually, I remember a year where you were the captain when we played together.
So we got a restart. Buchanan's got the ball. A little bit of a low pass, but handled well by the number 8. Nice set. Roosevelt continues to cause havoc in the rucks, but they're just not putting guys on the ground fast enough. Gaining massive meters for Buchanan. Nice little fend and a stiff arm, a couple stiff arms, and now passing midfield. Buchanan's gaining ground left and right. Ball out to the backs now, spinning it wide. Got a bit of an overload. This kid has pace, and he's through again. Oh, and they just caught up almost down to the try line, but a
Great
nice
tackle.
try-saving tackle, and
And
he's
a
going to
knock
call
on.
a knock.
So we have a scrum for Roosevelt. Roosevelt's got to be sucking some wind right now because this running around business is.
Yeah, they've been chasing that number 12, Dylan Navarro, around quite a bit, and if it weren't for if he would have tied his shoestrings a little bit tighter, he would have 2 more tries under his belt right now because they've saved him twice.
Next year he should just try Velcro.
Yes, yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah, my grandfather still wears them, and I tried them a couple times. Today, he's actually sponsored by Sass Shoes.
Wow, Sass.
Mm-hmm. All right, Roosevelt has the ball. They make a nice cut back. He's running here, being taken down. Hard runner, this number 10 by Jonathan Castle. Oh no, wrong. That'd be the wrong team.
Damien.
That'd be Damien.
Cisco.
Yes.
all the way out to the 22.
Looks like we have halftime. 35-7, Buchanan over Roosevelt.
So 35-7. Buchanan is clearly got this game in hand right now for the first half, but it's all because of some open field runs. They're using their athletic ability and really cutting through that Buchanan defense. Roosevelt defense. And we'll see what kind of changes they can make at halftime.
I'm sure Herb Breen will bring some good things in, and they'll shore some things up.
I'm Mika. I'm a junior at Bullard High. I'm 16. I play for the Bullard Rugby Club, and I'll be going to France and Belgium at the end of March. I started playing about 4 years ago with the U14 team for Bullard, and my dad started me playing. He looked it up online, and he thought that it would get me better for football. Told me to go out there for one practice.
He had a real knack for the game and a real love for it. So any opportunity to play, he took. And it was fun for me as a coach because I was playing with him and I was noticing that he was really in tune with, understanding the field and understanding where the holes were. And he was a natural athlete, but his skills were getting better and better because obviously he was playing with the rugby ball every chance he could get, I could tell.
One thing that I like to do is kicking. Told me to stop that because sometimes I just go out of our playing pattern, and it really messes with the team. We work a lot on our ball handling. It's really important to the game, and body position in ruck and tackling. The friends I've made, on all the tours I've been to, and even on our own team.
I think this is going to be a great experience for him. He'll meet a lot of cool people, make a lot of friends, and I think he'll have a good time. I just wish I could go, but pretty much just to watch him play, and it would be nice. I love to watch my kids play. Mika is not a person that likes to talk a lot, but when he gets on the rugby pitch, it's a whole different story. He takes command of the field, and he communicates to his teammates, and I just know it's something that he loves.
Our future goals are to play rugby in college, get my education, and then eventually try and play for the national team. And then after that, come back here and try to do coaching and give back to the community.
Here we go.
And the kickoff.
Second half is underway. Mishandled by Buchanan right off the bat.
All right, we got a line out for Buchanan right now.
That must have been hit by one of the Roosevelt players, and Buchanan's going to get it back.
I could hear Herb, Coach Herb from over here yelling at his players. I think you're going to see a different side of Roosevelt right now after that halftime.
What do you suppose was his message?
Tackling better.
Tackling.
Tackling. Fine-tuning these gaps that they're showing. And, I think Herb did a good job, but I also, on the other side, Roger and Gavin, they're coaches for Buchanan. Great steal by Roosevelt. And but I think they will also capitalize on whatever mistake Roosevelt will show. Yeah,
Roosevelt seemed like they were doing decent tackling up tight, but once it got spun out to the backs, they were exposing some overloads and some gaps, and it was a domino effect. Once one runner gained a few meters, it was just downhill from there, and they got into the try zone pretty easily.
All right, and they're getting out to their backs. Good hard runner.
So it's number 12, Felix Tobar. But we got a penalty, Buchanan. I'm not sure what they did. It looks like a high tackle. So Roosevelt's got the ball back, or got the ball over there. Got a penalty.
All right,
Roosevelt,
tap and go.
Tap and go. No kick for territory here.
And they're rucking here. Good ruck.
Nice set. They had a good solid base with those two guys forming the ruck.
One thing Buchanan does well, and they do tackle well. Got a good ball there and nice hard run.
Right in the middle of the field. They got space on both sides, going left with it.
Great tackle by the Buchanan defender there. Stood his player right up, stood Roosevelt player right up, and brought him right to the ground. We got a stolen ball. What do we have? A penalty. Not releasing.
Another penalty for Roosevelt. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. Tap and go to the big man, number 2. Runs over one player, gaining another 2-3 meters. Back out to another big man. Just short of the try line. Let's see if they can get it in. Slow ball.
Keep hammering it in.
Once again, number 2.
They're going really high, though. If Fuji, if he keeps going that high, he's going to get driven back about another 4 or 5 feet. So they need to come right off.
Joel trying to get it in.
They're trying to get out to the backs, the skill players.
Still short, about 5 meters short.
Got an advantage. They have a weak side. Weak side is wide open for Roosevelt. Buchanan will soon see that and shift over. This is his next play. If they keep going to the left, might be a try here. You got 2 players over there. Oh, nice little show and go by the number 9. That was stuffed immediately by Buchanan. Oh, and a nice little hammer play.
Still playing advantage for him. Just feet, inches short of the try line.
Jeff loves his advantages, and I believe that was a try. No try.
No, held up. He's calling held up, but he's going back to the penalty.
We'll do a quick tap and
see if they can get there fast enough. They could take advantage of it right now, but they're going a little slow. And tap and go. Beautiful play by the number 9, Johnny Rico. So when he looked like he was going to go to one of the forwards, he kept it himself right up the middle and dotted it down.
So we got 12:35 right now. See what happens to this conversion. Not that great of an angle.
My name's Elmer Mahano Gonzalez. I attend Sunnyside High School, and I play for Southside Irish.
So that's exactly what Roosevelt needed to open up this second half. Just a few minutes into the half, and they've got a score on the board 5 minutes in. Now looking for the conversion.
Yeah, this half mirrored the first half, with Roosevelt taking advantage of holding ball in hand, and a nice little strike there, and it was good.
No good.
Oh, no good. Did not call it good.
So it would have been pushed to the right.
Right, yeah. But if Roosevelt can keep this up, they'll be in good shape. But the way Buchanan's playing, if they get the ball, they're splitting their backs up. So tale of 2 games of 2 different teams. David and Goliath.
Who's David? Who's Goliath?
And they're both kind of Goliath.
Okay.
They're both pretty big.
So it's a slightly short kick, but Roosevelt's going to play it. So it's live. Once Roosevelt plays it, if it doesn't go 10 meters, they're allowed to go for it.
Nice take by one of those Rico brothers.
Good tackles by Buchanan.
Got
a little bit of gap over here on this side. Another great tackle by
beautiful tackle
by the number 13.
Isaac Eckhart.
Those 2 in a row.
Fundamental tackle right there, folks.
So out to the backs. Little dummy pass. They got some space. Close down quickly on Buchanan.
Spinning back the other way. They have plenty of guys out here. Roosevelt loves this ball in hand business. They don't like to kick it.
Out to the fly half. To the center. Flung around. And there now we've got a penalty. Not releasing. I kind of saw it the other way. I would have thought that Buchanan should have got that penalty.
I'm right there with you.
He was right there to grab that ball, and the ball carrier did not release that ball, but
we got swimming.
Jeff Jury does like to make the swimming call, which is a double knock on, I guess, is what he's trying to say, or he's hot and he wants to go take a dip in the local canal.
That was the old freestyle, the freestyle stroke.
Yes.
He's actually a big fan of Michael Phelps. Actually, one of his biggest, he is the president of the Michael Phelps fan club. He is in charge of 3,000 girls, actually. it's a weird thing, but yeah, so he's got that going for him. All right, back to the game. Looks like Buchanan's got the ball now, and they are giving it out to their shifty backs. Their number 9 took it from the back. Looks like Connor O'Keefe, and maybe has switched out to their number 10. It's like possible.
Yeah, we do have a number 9 playing in the backs now, and we've got a new scrum half for Buchanan, which is the number 14. Luke Caldwell is now playing scrum half. Jonathan Castle kicks it out, going for territory.
That was another lefty, if you didn't notice.
Was it really? There's a lot of left-footed kickers.
There's a lot of lefties in the world. Not as many as righties, though.
Little known fact.
Little known fact. We do outnumber the lefties in the world.
Are you a lefty?
No.
Okay.
You are not also.
No, I am not.
It explains a lot, though, that you're not. And back to the game.
Back to the game.
We got a line out for Buchanan. And here it goes. And the ball, ooh.
Quick take and a quick hit from the Roosevelt player, but Buchanan maintains possession.
Looks like their number 10, Jonathan Castle, is playing the inside center position.
Drove over the ruck and kicked the ball, but Buchanan still has it. Regroup. Now they've got a ruck set.
Looks like
14 passes out.
Roosevelt has made the game plan for the second half not to, they are not counter-rucking like they were the first time, like the first half. Looks like they're spreading out more, which is definitely working in their favor.
Yeah, it's not disturbing the ball near as much in the ruck, but it looks like the defense is shored up quite a bit. At least so far, Buchanan has not exposed any major gaps and long breaks, which was really the main focus on the first half for them.
They are driving, though. They are driving, and they are inside their own
That
5.
ball is out.
The ball is out. Looks like Roosevelt has fallen on the ball right, and Mr. Jeff Jury has called the knock-on.
Roosevelt knock-on.
Buchanan scrum. Looks like Buchanan, though, had a lot of guys' hands on the hips. They're looking a little tired.
Well, this game has been high-paced. It's been a lot of running, a lot of tackling. So I would imagine both teams are going to be pretty darn tired after this game.
Yeah, they might have to sleep in tomorrow morning.
So once again, Luke Caldwell is the new scrum half for Buchanan. They're going to try it again. He'll put that ball right down the center of the tunnel, see if they can't get it back to the back of the scrum now.
Once again, very big pack, both these packs. A lot of weight in those 16 guys. Balls come straight out. Might get a short arm penalty here soon if that ball keeps coming out for Roosevelt.
Short arm penalty is when they get the ball in hand, free kick, they can do anything with it. But if they do kick it out, unlike a long arm penalty, they don't get the ball back.
Ooh, a nice little fake pass from the 9 or the 8 pickup. Clever little play. Spinning the ball out. Going to give it back out to their flashy backs. 10 almost looked like he was going to kick it, Jonathan Castle, but he held it back in, brought it down for the tackle. Cameraman got tricked out there, and nope. Now we got
got him by the horse collar.
Spinning it out to their number 8.
Decides to keep it.
Oh, number 12's got the ball. He
offload.
Dylan Navarro is a shifty little guy.
I believe that's his 4th try of the day. Impressive night for him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, how many 4 tries you said?
I believe so.
4 tries.
If he keeps this up, he'll have a good showing at the All-Star tryouts in a few
which,
weeks.
That's 1 plus a hat trick. Fun fact.
Another fun fact for you.
I'm full of them tonight.
You are full of fun facts, that's for sure. So we got the conversion. Connor O'Keefe, wearing the number 9 jersey, but no longer playing in the number 9 position, is going to be going for the conversion kick.
There is a high school rule, though. If you do score 5 tries, you must be taken out. No, I'm just making that up.
Beautiful strike,
Nice.
and it's good.
Yeah, that's a beautiful conversion there.
Yeah, those are tough kicks.
42 to 12. I was off on my prediction by quite a bit here.
Yes, you were. Your prediction did not turn out to be
Not the way.
even remotely accurate.
No.
Maybe next time you'll do a little more research before you go spouting off.
Yeah, I know. So back to the game here. Roosevelt kicking off. Roosevelt's looking a little down right now. A lot of heads down. Buchanan smelling the blood in the water.
Blood in the water. Past midfield, Buchanan's taking it right in the center, right in the dirt patch, right in the center of the field. Pass out to the fly half, right up the middle. Poor tackling by Roosevelt.
Going for that ball instead of the tackle.
Yeah, they are trying to look like the Seattle Seahawks stripping the ball when they should just be putting them on the ground.
Yeah, how about them Seahawks? They had a heck of a Super Bowl. Coming from a 49er fan. What happened to us?
So back to a scrum.
We have Roosevelt scrum, green scrum here. Unlike higher level rugby, these scrums are only allowed to be driven about, I believe it's 1 meter. You can't really drive in high school rugby, which is a good safety thing.
Yeah, as we were mentioning earlier, safety is paramount in this sport, and everybody involved tries to maintain all extremely high levels of safety for everybody involved.
And quick tap and go. You can't do one thing with rugby. If you do a quick tap and you get another penalty, you cannot quick tap again. So slow the ball down. Safety reasons.
Now we're kicking into touch, and Buchanan will get the line out just about 10, 12 meters outside of the try zone.
Oh, right. Here we go. Another line out. I'm going to go for another prediction here to help myself with confidence. I'm going to say it's going to go to the back pod.
Back pod. Going to the longer throw, the second group of forwards that they're going to jump or lift.
Hey, I'm back in the game.
Prediction is correct.
I feel better about myself. All right, number 5 came up with the ball. That'd be Cody Wilkerson, the captain, but he's getting driven out. And that was an early out call by Barry Foley. They do call him early out, Barry Foley. And we have another, the backs are running. Now we have an out of bounds call. Tackled out of bounds. Roosevelt tackled the Buchanan player out of bounds. We have Roosevelt line out around the 10-meter line. We have a down Buchanan player on the sidelines. Looks like he might have a cramp or a twisted ankle.
Hobbling off, but they'll get a replacement in for him, and the play will go on.
We have
Roosevelt throw in.
5-man line out for Roosevelt. Could have been shepherding there, but Mr. Jerry didn't think so. So we got a recycled ball. See if the good old Roosevelt rugby is losing the ball quite a bit there.
It's keeping it in tight, as they've been doing all day.
Looks like Buchanan has also abandoned the counter ruck, which is, especially with a team like Roosevelt, you just want to do because they are such a good rucking team. Nice run here.
And they've been doing a great job defending for the most part, other than a few missed tackles here and there. As big as Roosevelt is, they've been doing a great job putting them down onto the ground, and they don't really need to counter up too much. And they can be just as effective just standing off and making good heads-up tackles, as they've been doing.
Good recycling the ball. Roosevelt has not moved. This is the first time I think somebody has caught the ball at pace and has dropped the ball for a knock-on. Roosevelt has been stalled in that 10-meter area. Buchanan doing a great job for defense. One thing Buchanan does well is tackle, and very impressive. Roosevelt last week against Clovis High ran all over him, and Buchanan's quite the team. I'd like to see the matchup between Buchanan and Bullard.
Yeah, they played a week or 2 weeks ago, I believe, and Bullard came out on top, but I think they are two excellent teams. Anytime you can get them to match up against each other, it's fun to watch.
I think Roosevelt, if Roosevelt can be in that league too, they're a very stout team. A couple little quick fixes, and I think they'd be right up there too at the top of the heap.
Yeah, they're not playing a bad game by any means. They're doing a lot of things really positive, and
good tackle by number 9, Mr. Rico. Another good tackle. Roosevelt is aggressive. They are aggressive. We got a knock on, or I believe. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a knock on by Buchanan. Roosevelt scrum. But this league, top to bottom, has some impressive talent, impressive players. And you can take a team that's undefeated like Bullard, or a team that is towards the bottom of the standings, and there's not that much difference between the top and the bottom. There's some really good athletes, and it's really impressive to see what this league has done in just a few short years to expand the way it has. And now there's under 10, under 12, and under 14 teams in town that are playing, and that's just going to feed all of these programs.
Another mishandled ball by Reedley, or not Reedley.
Reedley.
Reedley. They are green and black by Roosevelt. The old Pirates out here.
Buchanan back, moving with the ball again. We have not seen Buchanan's played two different styles of game, first half versus second half, whether that's intentionally or just taking advantage of what Roosevelt is giving them or not giving them. But Buchanan's done a good job of being effective in both styles of play.
Oh, a little pick.
Steal ball there. Looks like we got an offsides penalty. So they may have stole the ball, but it could have been because he had a head start, jumping a little too early. Buchanan taking the ball, keeping it right up the middle.
That's rucking.
We get.
All right, here we go. And Roosevelt is kicking the ball, which has not been done. Oh, we got a slip and fall. Great take by 15. That would be Garrett Bond. Great take by him, and now looks like Roosevelt has got the ball back. Nice little break of play here, splitting the defense. And Roosevelt still has the ball. Oh, big boy's got the big boy wings got it.
That's Aaron Fernandez, Sunnyside High School product.
You might think he's a forward, but hey, he's definitely a back. He's got some we like to call them meals on wheels.
Meals on wheels.
Yeah.
Nice little run down the sideline,
Yeah.
and they maintain possession, and now it's coming back to the short side over here. Fly half's keeping it, going to ground. Nice set.
Nice, getting it wide. Nice
12.
little dummy.
Fakes the pass.
Gets tackled.
Getting
Nice
a few
little
extra
ruck.
meters.
Still no challenge at the ruck. They are definitely.
Buchanan had a few guys there, but I think it was wise just to let them concede that ruck and go out and play defense.
Looks like we have a couple subs here.
Let's be back to action shortly. Speaking of tired, though, Jeff Jury, this is the second game of the night, the referee.
Yeah,
Can't imagine
he looks tired.
He's got to be tuckered.
Well, a man of his age.
40? Is he 40?
Yeah, he's actually 39.
Wow.
Surprisingly, the sun hasn't been good to him.
Mustache keeps him young, though.
Yeah, it does. It does. He actually dyes it gray.
To look older.
Yeah, to look older. He wants to get more respect. He feels that he'll get more respect if he looks older, appeals as an older man.
I see.
And they put in, the ball went straight through. Both hookers decided not to play that scrum. Just wanted to watch the ball going through.
So we're going to try it again. Referee having a little conversation, explaining to them what he wants out of this, and they're going to try it again.
And the scrum.
Tap on the shoulder, fed in through the middle. Buchanan's got it, feeding it back little by little.
Good push by Roosevelt. Back, they're getting out to their backs, so they're
There's
speedy.
a big space there that he's exposing again. The number 12.
Yeah, Dylan Navarro, he's a hard runner.
Yeah, there was a gap there to begin with, and when you take a athletic young individual like Dylan, he's going to expose it darn near every time.
Oh, that 9 split the defense.
Nice little pick and go from the number 9, Connor O'Keefe, right in the middle, and he's going to dot it down under the posts. Another score for Buchanan, 47-12.
Tough break there for Roosevelt.
Yeah, that went right up the middle, and that's one of those few times in this game where you wish you were counter-rucking, because he probably would have prevented that, but just one of those things.
Yeah. Roosevelt has some things to work on in practice this week. So we'll see how they look next week after a couple. I'm sure Herb's going to get them good this week.
No, I'm sure they'll shore it up. He's got a good coaching staff.
One of the best, I hear.
Is that what you hear?
That's what I hear. That's word on the streets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to hear a couple next year. There might be some teams added. We're hoping a couple new teams coming into the league. Tulare is also having a couple teams.
Yeah, Tulare's playing now, currently, but they will be full force next year. There's talk that Sunnyside may be full force next year.
Yeah. Sunnyside and Roosevelt actually had a scrimmage on Wednesday night. Their JV team. So it was good to see some of those kids ran out there. Heard the scrimmage, ran out there to see the scrimmage. And good to see a lot of those young kids out there for Sunnyside getting out there and playing. So that might hurt Roosevelt some with their numbers, but I'm sure they'll get a couple more guys out from Roosevelt.
It may hurt Roosevelt a little bit initially. Beautiful offload, a little bit of a bobble ball, but it gave time for Roosevelt to gather and get back. Now he's into touch, taken into touch. So.
Some fiery parents back here.
Yeah.
15, go back where you're at, you're fine. 15, you're okay.
So we got a little bit of a tussle. Some feel it was a slight bit of a late hit.
I think he brought him down by his rat tail.
Is that so?
Yeah. I have to get a replay on that.
Number 17 is going to be throwing it in for Roosevelt. But back to what we were saying, even if Sunnyside comes on board full force next year, it may hurt Roosevelt a little bit right off the bat. But ultimately, it's good to see the league grow. The growth that this league has seen recently is tremendous, absolutely tremendous. You've got so many teams playing. Like I said earlier, you got the underage or the under 10, 12, and 14 age kids that are really picking it up. That's going to feed all these programs right into hopefully Fresno State and many other colleges, as we've already seen. We've seen some kids go get scholarships to other schools, Central Washington, and some all-stars leaving here. going to other places.
All right, great take by Roosevelt. I think some of the guys forgot they were playing. They got the ball back. He must have landed a little bit.
So we got a knock from Buchanan, and we're going to go back to a scrum here. Yeah, the youth organization here that is in charge of all these schools has done a tremendous job, and it's amazing to see the growth and the level of play that's taking place here in the Valley. It's really, really impressive. Rugby is not a fringe sport by any means. It's blowing up.
Yeah, Mike Darling is the president for the youth organization, doing a great job. Everybody, including himself, doing a great job. So keep it going.
Rugby is alive and well. Fastest growing contact sport in the U.S.
I think I've heard that, possibly tonight.
Little known fact.
That's fact. What number is that?
I don't know.
I think around like 103. We got another scrum going down here. I'm going to right straight out. A lot of straight out tonight from the scrums. Which that means straight out, you'll hear that is the ball will be put in and it will come right back out from where it came in. So that'll be a re-scrum. We'll tap to go back in. Roosevelt's got the ball, and the 9 has
faked it, spun around, did a little one-hand pass that wasn't ideal, but they maintained possession. And
that is a player picked him up and put him to the ground.
You can pick him up if you put him down on the ground gently, but if you slam him on the ground, that'll be a major penalty.
That'll be a yellow card.
Yes, or a red card if it's done too bad.
Head.
Yep. Yellow card results in 10 minutes in the sin bin, sitting out. You get to come back in the game after 10 minutes. Red card means you're out, usually for 2 weeks, plus the remainder of the game they're playing in.
Yeah, that's, soccer, I think, is you might get slapped on the wrist. And then they'll go crying and go to the trainer. Oh, that funny game. That funny game with their feet.
Back to the action shortly.
We got another scrum. These scrum, these front rows and the locks, man, they got to be tired tonight.
Yeah,
they've scrumming.
They've gotten a workout.
We got an early push by Buchanan, but settled down. We got a Roosevelt steal.
But it's collapsed. Got to stay on your feet, again, for safety reasons. If it collapses, the referee will blow it up, let everyone come up gently, and then they'll restart it again. If it's done intentionally, it'll be a penalty for the other team.
Well, now we have, looks like, we got Roosevelt ball now. Jeff Derry has switched sides to see what's going on seeing who's giving who the business on the opposite side.
So got about 5 minutes left to go in this second half.
We got a short arm penalty. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it was the breaststroke or something. I don't know.
Tap and go out to the number 10.
Nice little cut back. Good tackle. Good recovery tackle by number 12. That is playing on the ground. But Mr. Jerry did not see that. So. Another tackle and another breakdown here. Number 2 pick up and go. He almost slipped that tackle. If he would have did, he would have been a sure try. We're spinning it out wide.
Out to the backs.
Get it out to the athletes, they like to call themselves.
All the way back across and just short of the try. He rolls in. Is he going to give it to him? No. Places that ball back. They're still fighting for it. There's a number 5. Reaches across and gets it.
Try.
Cody Wilkerson.
The El Capitan.
Wearing the red scrum cap. Not to be confused with Connor O'Keefe, also in the red scrum cap.
We got 54-12. That sure doesn't.
Here's a replay of it.
Feel 54-12. Feels more like 15 to 21.
Is that what it feels like?
To me, it does.
So cut back by the number 10, just gets in, or just short of getting in. Then a pass out to the number 5 and powers his way in for the try. Conversion coming in for number 9, Connor O'Keefe. Nice strike, and it's good. Score now 56 to 12. Got about 2 minutes left to go in this game.
All right, so we got another kickoff from Roosevelt. Last couple have been pretty good, so nice kick. Up in the air.
15, Marcos Alvaros, got a good kickoff.
Right now it looks like Buchanan, whatever they want to do, they can do. They are definitely in the driver's seat.
They are pretty much in control of this game. Pass out to the backs, out to the winger, and he's got some speed. He's got some pace. Can he get ran down? Number 24, Carlos Banuelos, taking it all the way to underneath the post.
That was
you get those fast guys out on the wing, and
not too shabby. Come run off the bench.
No,
get the ball, and you score the first time you touch the ball. Beautiful run.
Awfully nice. So it's a good set of passes from Buchanan's backs, all the way out to the side. Roosevelt just couldn't shut it down. Just couldn't get up into their face fast enough, and Buchanan exposed the overload.
Yeah, I think this is. I think the game is. This is the game right now, and I'm gonna blow it up, I believe, right after this conversion kick.
Yeah, I think that's you make the call, but that's what I would assume you're going to do.
So right under the post. Should be a relatively easy kick for Connor O'Keefe. Current score 61-12, soon to be 63 to 12.
You guys, when he blows the game up, you'll have 1 minute.
Okay.
So 63 to 12, and that is the final game.
Final game. Final of the game. We have, what was the score there?
63 to 12.
63 to 12.
In favor of Buchanan. So we had a back and forth game. You know, another game that I think Roosevelt, although the score was lopsided, Roosevelt, played harder and fought harder than what the final score showed. They do have a lot to be proud of, but Buchanan just utilized their athletes and exposed the weaknesses of Roosevelt to a T. They did a very good job of it.
Their backs were quite a bit better in definitely in what they did, and it showed. It showed what. Every time they got the ball, they knew what they were doing. They ran with a purpose.
Yeah, and Buchanan really did, play two different styles of game, first half to second half, and both styles worked. First half they were just running up and down the field and scoring at will with their backs. Second half they kept it a little bit tighter, and that seemed to work for them as well. I think Roosevelt maybe ran into some fitness issues, maybe got tired in the second half, but still a good game. A lot of hard running from both teams. Both teams should be proud of themselves and have some stuff to work on the Roosevelt side.
And good night from us here, Andrew Clark and Matt Price.
It's been a pleasure.